lightning is power here, and I'm giving you not a montage, but team deathmatch on, was it Express? I go 24 and 8 in this game. I think it's one of my best. It's one of my best games, and the funny part about it is that I'm using a sniper, and sorry, I sometimes wait on there a little bit, but anyways, let's move on. I want to tell you about a story that happened not too long ago, that happened to me, that was kind of awesome. Okay, so it was we just gotten back from semi-state. I'm in marching band right now, or this is marching band. I've been in marching band for 4 years and all that. But anyways, we just came back at semi-state, and we have just won. Uh, what was it? We had just been told we're going to state, and so we're at what is it? We're at this like little parking lot where there's like 6 restaurants where we get to eat at. We get to choose where we want to eat. So me and some people went to Five Guys, and my old director was there at Five Guys eating with his was it? I can't think of it. With his group of of his directors. Well, anyways, um I see him and I'm like, "Hey man, what's up?" And it's been forever since he saw me, and I look so different from when I did first time I joined band. So he's like, "Whoa, you changed a bit." He didn't say it, but the look on his face was like, "You've changed." But anyways, um I go or we're talking all that, and we're like, "Yeah, we're going to state." And all that. And he's like, "Oh, awesome guys. And this was amazing." And I was like, "Yeah." And I was telling him how great we did and all that. And so and then he's like, "Yeah, we're about to leave and all that." And I'm like, I'm like, "Okay, good luck at state." What I didn't realize until after he left, some people told me they didn't even make it to state. So I found that quite hilarious. And so so after that, I'm walking out, and a couple of my friends are in front of me, and they run into the Steak and Shake, and so I follow them. I follow them in there, and when I go in there, there's these. Was it when I'm running to there? There's these 2 girls that turn around like, "Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, run, go, go, go!" I'm like, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." And right then, I just felt like I looked like a dweeb. I felt it. That I looked like a dweeb, cause I had my was it? I had this shirt that made me look fat. Like I'm not nothing against people that are big or anything like that, but I just looked like. I mean, these 2 hot girls, and they're like, "Hey, you gotta chase these boys," and I'm like, "Okay." And I go after them. I run in there, and they're like, and then they went to the restroom, so I went in the restroom like, "Dude, these 2 chicks just said something to me," and um, yeah, and they're like, "Okay, okay." I'm like, when we go out, we're standing there for a little bit. He's playing. My friend's gonna go play the crane game at Steak and Shake, and I'm not gonna give away their names or anything. But well, anyways, let's say one name is Jim, uh, and the other one name is John. So Jim's like, "Who are the girls?" And I'm like, "Right there." And John, you're like, "Dang, them some cute girls." And so I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And so we're standing there, and they're like, the Jim's like, you should go talk to them. Go talk to them. Anyways, I got really interested. I'm like, I don't know. And John, he's like an 8th grader, and so he's like he looks cute and innocent. And so he's like, "Okay, I'll lead the pack." And then he goes in, and we go in there. And I'm like, "Hey," we talk a little bit, and well, we had to leave, and I was just like, I'm like one of those kids who get really shy when they're trying to talk to girls. And so she was it we talked to them, or I talk to them, or I'm like, yeah, we gotta go now and all that. And then Jim is like, you need to get. We're about to leave. Like Jim's like, you need to go get these girls' numbers. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think they want them and all that. He's like, dude, you need to get these girls' numbers. You can do it. I'm like, I don't know. So we're walking back to the bus, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but I felt this courage, and I go, okay. And I'm like, I get on the bus. I'm like, does anyone have a pen on the bus? And so the bus driver's like, here, you can take this pen. And she gives me like four, like 4 pens and pencils and all that, or 4 pens and like a pencil or two. And I'm like, thank you. And I go back, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is so hard to do. I don't know if I can do it. And then I'm like, John is like, okay, let's do this. And we walk up, and everyone's quiet, and we're like, first we're like, hey, and all that. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. This is getting really awkward and all that. And then, I'm like, okay, I gotta do this. I got to do this. And so I go, we want your numbers. And they're like, okay. And then they write all their numbers down, and it was like, oh my gosh, 3 girls' numbers. And that, like, and one of the other band members ran in and saw us talking to them. And so yeah, that's it for the story. I know that was short and kind of like dumb, but yeah. Please enjoy, subscribe and like. Thank you, and have a nice day.
There's a stranger in my bed. There's a pounding in my head. Bottles all over the room. Some strippers' clothes are in the pool. I smell like a mini bar. DJ's passed out in the yard. Barbie's on the